Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to bring you a video on Synthetix SNX, a cryptocurrency that I've been talking about on this channel for a while, that has been on an absolute tear, exploding well past all-time highs at 790. Kind of entering price discovery here, nearly hitting $13. So in this video, I will discuss, I want to run through some technical analysis and kind of discuss what I see happening both short term and long term. So if you like the sound of that, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share, and hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. Guys, Synthetix is a crypto that is in my top 3 altcoins for this 2021 bull run, and it's been exploding crazy as of late. Now, a few things to note. We seem to be getting rejected off the $13 and may have a bit of retracement, and I'll explain further why. But just before we zoom in a bit here, I just want to explain, I did a Fibonacci retracement here just to kind of see, based off this entire length of this movement here, if we were to have more of a substantial pullback, what kind of makes sense in terms of a range where we could find support if we were to have a little bit more of a substantial pullback. And honestly, guys, I think the $10.50 to the $8.50 makes a lot of sense for a range in which we would find support if indeed we do have more of a substantial pullback. You know, the 236 lines up at the 1050. We also wicked down and found support there, and you know the 850 makes a lot of sense. We had a lot of sideways price action there. The 850 range acted as resistance, now acting as support since we blew past it, and also our 20 EMA would line up right around there on the daily, which would be significant support. Now let's zoom in a bit further here, and we can kind of see why. We also have, price action is definitely reacting to the 1050 range, as we could see here. It was resistance here. Once we blew past it, it was acting as support. So that, guys, I think the 1050 will make a lot of sense as support if indeed we do have a pullback. And I think we will have a pullback here, because if we look at the hourly, yeah, these are very, very bearish candles. We're getting decreasing volume, $13 psychological resistance. Another interesting thing to note here is look at this RSI, guys. It's in a wedge. Okay, we're forming lower highs but higher lows. So we're quite overextended here, and I would wager that we're more likely than not to break down. But we may not, guys. SNX is super bullish. It may just decide to keep pumping. I don't know. But if I had to guess at this point, based off what I can see, I would first of all not enter a trade at this point. But if I had to kind of say, where is this going to go? I think we're more likely than not to have a little bit of a pullback here, at the very least, to like retest like the 1170 or something, like one of our EMAs perhaps on the hourly, because we're very extended, right up against a psychological resistance. Okay, volume going down. MACD on the hourly. Yes, we might get the histogram is trying to tick down here, but the MACD alone isn't telling me a whole lot. Really, it's kind of the stochastic here, very much in the overbought territory. I think it's just a matter of time before we have a leg down. And that, guys, the stochastic really just tells us shifts in trends. It does not tell us the extent of the shifts in trends, right? Like we might just have a small pullback, even to like retest, like the 1230 range, like these tops here. But if we do get more of a substantial pullback, 1170 makes a lot of sense. The 20 EMA on the hourly is right there, and if we were to have more of a substantial pullback, again, I think the 1050 makes so much sense. The 50, what is this? The 50 EMA is right around that region. If we assume some time will pass, the 100 EMA will be around that region as well. So that's just what I'm kind of looking out for here, guys. Ultimately, while I do think we're likely than not to have a bit of a correction here, we may not correct. Okay, I'm not saying panic or FOMO into this at the moment. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that we're starting to see signs that we could break down. Ultimately, we need to see how this plays out further. Okay, these candles are not looking very confident. Again, the RSI is in a wedge. I think we need to keep our eye out for this RSI here on the hourly. Whatever way we break out, either below or above, I think will go away. Will be very telling to try engage where direction will move. Given that we were kind of like in the overbought territory, I still think that this wants to correct a little bit more, still has a little bit more room to correct. Let's take a look here at the 15, see what the 15 is saying. Yeah, okay. Again, same story, right? Decreasing volume. Is that a bearish crossover in the MACD? It seems like it might be. It seems like it's just touching. I think we still need that candle to close. Oh, so yeah, let's say we do get a bearish crossover. We might not. Let's say we do. Again, this is just more evidence that we might have more of a pullback here. Again, stochastic on the 15 still has room to go down. You know, RSI still within the ranges of that wedge there. No, hold on here. This makes more sense, folks. Yeah, so, you know, it's kind of indeterminate, to be honest, guys. You know what? Let's take a look. I want to check something. I want to see where price has been reacting off of. Yeah, kind of see again, like we can see here how whenever we broke down, we found on this movement upwards, when we did break down, we found support on the 100 EMA on the hourly, which again, if we assume some time will pass, lines up right around the 1050. So again, guys, just to kind of wrap up here, summarize my thoughts, I think I'm starting to see signs that we may pull back. We might have a significant pullback. We may not. We actually may still break out. We're very determined. We need to see if we do have a substantial pullback. I think 1050 makes a lot of sense, at least for temporary support. We may not break down that far. You know, the $11.90, $12 range may hold as support, but just be aware, I think the 1050 will act as strong support. So yeah, as well, you know, that's where our 236 fib retracement lines up with a link to this entire movement. So I think that would make a lot of sense for a retracement. Now, long term, guys, for those who don't know, Synthetix plays in the derivatives ecosystem. Derivatives could be huge. Derivatives essentially being leveraged trading of assets, right? And Synthetix helps to tokenize everyday assets, so you can create, you know, you can have a car and you can tokenize it in crypto form through something like Synthetix. So, you know, in the legacy markets, derivatives are far larger than the underlying trading of assets. In crypto, it's the exact opposite. So if crypto is indeed to explode 20, 30, 40x as a market as a whole and mature as an asset class, perhaps derivatives are destined to grow, not only grow, but maybe one day perhaps surpass the trading of the underlying assets. And Synthetix is by far the biggest player in crypto today in the derivatives ecosystem. So that's why I'm so bullish on derivatives long term and Synthetix long term. I would not be the least bit surprised if Synthetix, you know, reached the hundreds of dollars at the peak of this bull run. Guys, that is not financial advice. I could be wrong. That is, I'm not basing that off anything other than just my kind of guesstimates of what the market could do. So don't FOMO into this. Like I said, we could have a correction here. We may not. Again, we may just find support at our 20 EMA here. You know, we may just wick down, play around the kind of $11.90, $12 range, and then go for another leg up. That may be possible as well. If anything interesting happens with Synthetix, we will be talking about it in our Discord group. Link to join that will be down in the description below. If you guys have experience and you want to trade these markets, I invite you to check out bybit. Bybit is by far the best trading platform I've ever used for trading, for day trading. So there's a link for that down in the description below. And that's it for now, y'all. Take care.